We've got a Civil War basketball game tonight, Dirt.
You're damn right we do.
Is it hitting people the way the football game did?
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. This time of year, neither team has played anybody yet. We are both undefeated, though.
Yeah,
One
about
team's
that.
going to fall from the ranks of the unbeatens in college basketball.
Is this something I'm genuinely asking you and the audience? Are you excited for this? Or is it, oh, yeah, that's happening?
Well, I'm not the right person to ask here because even in years past, I don't know if I got excited about Civil War basketball games.
Really?
Like, not that I didn't watch or care about the outcome. I obviously want Oregon to win the game tonight. I'd love for them to start 5-0, and let's not, we're coming off a near loss to the University of Portland, and then we played Troy on Sunday, and there was like 47 people in attendance.
Well,
Maybe the least attended Oregon college basketball game ever. So we haven't had a very good last week. So yeah, I'd like to go into Gill tonight and dominate the Beavers, but I was never somebody that lived and died with the outcome of college basketball rivalry games the way that I obviously would in the football games. When you lose those, it's devastating and depressing. When you lose these, it's like, that's a bummer, and then you kind of go about your day.
have you watched an Oregon State game at all this year?
I have not watched an Oregon State game yet this year. I'm excited to see them tonight.
I don't ask that to expose you. I ask you that because the court is interesting. You're going to see this tonight.
You guys got a new court now?
It's modified.
You got trees on your floor like us?
Well, the Ralph Miller Court thing is pretty huge.
Yeah.
It's at Center Court, Ralph Miller Court. And then in the key, it says WCC. And then in between the paint and the three-point line, there's a Pac-12 logo.
Okay.
Because we're dabbling
You
kind
got
of in
both.
both.
You're playing in the WCC this year.
But we're also
you're
a Pac-12 team.
School.
Yeah,
That at least is one silver lining of the basketball situation is that there is a conference affiliation that will allow you a pathway into postseason play.
yeah, if this team is good, and so far they're undefeated, 4-0. Cal State, Fullerton, Utah Tech. I don't know if I can point to a lot of good wins there, but they've handled their business. They're 4-0.
Right.
Feels like it's a big year for Wayne Tinkle internally.
I would say so. I think a lot of people are adopting your mindset as well of like, let's invest our money here.
Why do you think that?
Because I just don't think there's a lot of hope in the short term for where you're going football-wise. Just on the conversations I'm having. I got a lot of friends who are Beaver fans, and it seems like this is the focal point. Baseball is obviously always going to be there in that, and you will always be relevant in that sport and nationally relevant.
Right.
But this is one where it's like, dude, you don't have to spend $7 million on a roster in order to compete with the big boys. You can go get a couple of guys. He's gone international to go find his players. Like, there's a pathway there. You can also have a year. Like, they made the Elite Eight a couple of years ago. That team shouldn't even have been in the tournament.
No, they got hot.
They got hot, won the Pac-12 tournament. You look up, you find yourself in the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of college basketball that just doesn't exist in college football.
You're not wrong there. I did a hit with the Furnace yesterday in Seattle, and we were talking about the conference and the whole, like, we're not buddy-buddy thing. I was surprised he agreed with me. He's like,
He
yeah,
took your
we're not
stance on
buddies.
that, yeah. Coug and beef crime.
I don't know if he agreed with my take of, like, it's a basketball conference. His team's better than mine, so it's easier for me to say that.
Yeah.
But it is a basketball conference now that Gonzaga's been added to it. Oregon is an interesting team. They should have lost to the Pilots a couple of games ago or a game ago.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Troy and the attendance of that one. I saw snippets of it. I didn't watch that. I just don't get excited for...
Well, it was on Sunday at 2 o'clock, dude. That was in the middle of Chiefs and Bills. I'm not watching Oregon versus Troy.
Oregon State played Western Oregon
Like,
2 games ago. I don't want to watch that.
If you want people to go to the games, have it be an interesting schedule. Like, people aren't just going to spend money to go support just to support because you're playing Troy.
Have you seen what the Beavers are doing?
No.
They're doing a BOGO. Talk about attendance. Oregon has the same problem, so this isn't a shot at my alma mater. This is just kind of the reality.
Issue,
yeah, I think it's the sport reality. Their attendance has been so awful that Oregon State announced a BOGO deal. You buy tickets to tonight's game because they want a loud, rowdy crowd for a Civil War matchup against a Big Ten team, and then you get to choose a game at any part of the schedule to go to. So you buy one ticket for tonight.
No limitations?
No limitations. So they have Gonzaga. Let me see this. They have Gonzaga
why would
at
you
home
not
on
do
January
that?
16th.
Why would you not take advantage of that deal?
Well, I mean, can you get to the game? It's a Thursday night. It's not easy for a lot of people in this area to drive down. And then what time are you getting home from what is it? I assume it's a 7 o'clock
It's a 7 o'clock tip.
Yeah, you're limited to like Eugene Corvallis fans and then that surrounding area. Nobody's heading down, especially in the week of this weather. Even if it's like a nice day after 4 straight days of cyclone rain, we're like, think I'm just gonna stay home.
I mean, that's not a bad deal, though. If you could get a ticket, because the Gonzaga ticket, I guarantee, is going to be an expensive one. And
It's easily the hottest ticket.
Bulldog fans are going to come invade your stadium because there are a lot of them in this area. And
Yeah,
so
now
to
they're local.
have those tickets pieced together where it's not going to be a ton of Gonzaga fans, that's a hell of a deal. And you could save yourself a lot of money not having to buy a ticket for that game.
I know a way to fix this.
To fix what,
Early
the
college
attendance
football or early college basketball season attendance numbers being so low. There's a great way to fix this, but it's going to involve some work with like states, and some legislation. Get
Oh, it's
some
getting political.
No, not at all. Get sports books into college arenas and college stadiums. No, they're already. I don't know why you laugh. They're already looking at doing that in the NBA, in the NFL.
I'm laughing because do you know what state we're in and we're talking about?
We've moved a lot further along than I ever thought this state would.
We can't
so
gamble on college athletics.
Generating
Exactly.
revenue left and right, man. Let's go.
That
Put a
is why-
kiosk in there.
That is
I
why I'm
wouldn't be
saying
mad.
we need to
I
work
put
with
$50
the
on Biddle to score over 7.5 points.
Hey,
Let's go.
you're gonna
now
get
I'm in the
people-
arena.
You're gonna get people there on a random Thursday night competing with Thursday night football because they can go place a parlay on Thursday night football with the Civil War while they're watching the
Over
Civil War.
under 16.5 for Nate Kings.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Do you know who Nate Kings is?
No,
He's your best player, is he not?
I have not seen one Beaver
Yeah.
basketball game this year.
You know, I say this about not just Beaver basketball.
I just noticed it because it's a fun last name.
Yeah,
I think that's
he's got
how
a
I
Z at the
recognize
end.
it.
Kings. I want to say Kangs so bad. I say this about almost every team in America. This is what, unfortunately, college basketball's become. Who?
Yeah.
Huh?
Outside of Duke, North Carolina, UConn, and
Yeah, even they're
it.
doing the one and dones.
Yeah.
So it's like new year, new crop.
This is one though that I feel like should have a decent. Like, is this not going to have a good crowd? Is this? I know it's a
They
Thursday.
tend to get better attendance for Oregon games.
It's an Oregon game. It's an in-state rivalry game. Like I
think
get
locally people will
dude,
show up for this.
I'm not going to blame anybody for not showing up to. Oregon State has played some opponents this year that I've said, "Who is that? A college? I've never heard of that college before."
Right.
And Oregon has played Portland and Troy, and you don't need to go to those games. That's fine. They're on television. If you cared enough to watch, go ahead and care enough to watch. This is one though that have always thought, being the rivalry game and everything that's transpired in the last year, I would imagine Oregon State has a legitimate chance to win. Let's not sit here and act like Oregon's steamrolling people early. We needed overtime to beat the University of Portland at home.
For sure.
So you got a great chance to win this game where that reality didn't really exist in football. This is your chance to win one of those rivalry games. Like, this should be a good crowd tonight. I'm excited to watch. This will be the first one I've really watched of either team this year because we get Browns and Steelers on Thursday Night Football, which will probably end up being a close game because it's Thursday night.
Well, the Steelers also, to add to that, the Steelers are 1-4 against the Browns in their last 5 games.
Weird number.
That division, I found this, I was thinking about this yesterday because I was watching NFL Live, I was exercising. That division in general is weird, is it not? Doesn't it always feel like every team against the other teams
Dominates.
Yeah, like Browns dominate the Steelers. The Ravens dominate the Browns. The Steelers dominate the Ravens.
Ravens beat the Bengals both times
The
this year.
Ravens dominate the Bengals. The Bengals, like it just feels like they trade who dominates who, and there's no clear cut. Like the Ravens beat everybody. Nope. The Browns. No.
Yeah.
No. They all like suck against each other depending on the matchups.
There's definitely a lot of that. Tonight is going to be a 17-12 kind of game, and so it'll be ugly, but flip over ESPN Plus, 7 o'clock. I'm
That's the
excited
other-
to watch tonight.
That's the bummer.
ESPN Plus?
Yeah.
I know.
We couldn't get a channel.
Not good enough for a
Deuce?
channel, man.
What's on the Deuce tonight?
We can go look that up. Find the guide. What do we got on
We
tonight?
got like volleyball in the Big Ten
Is it
Network.
Duke
instead.
versus William and Mary?
Well, I don't think if it's a road game that they don't get, the Big Ten Network doesn't get the rights to
No.
broadcast it.
That's what it is.
So it'll be whatever the WCC partner is.
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
So that's why you're there.
Well, we'll see. I have no idea what to expect. I think the Beavers can't hang.
You're going down tonight, bitch.
Okay. 6.5 point spread.
Yeah.
Tell you all you need to know about that.
You'd like that?